Well, I mean, the world of the show is like a display of if you were to travel around the universe of Sean French's imagination, what kind of creatures could you capture?
Armoring is an ancient art that I want to help bring into more of a fine art. It shows up in art throughout the centuries, in sculpture, in paintings, in everything. It's got a presence. My pieces all use traditional armoring technique, and they all are using armoring style. They're showing the imagery associated with what we see as our ceremonial type images. And so I'm taking a future past approach to these pieces. You're not sure if they're from the past or from the future, and they're neither really. A lot of them are about female strength. Those are the kind of images that I think need to be seen more in armor. They need to be more portrayed as stronger and in different ways than being able to bash someone over the head. You'll see that almost nothing I have here has a weapon. It's not about offense. Armor's defensive. It protects you. Like in the piece Return, she's coming out of the wall, which represents coming out of our current situation, in full armor, head to toe, and she also has her mask on. You can see her eyes. In a lot of my pieces, you can't see their eyes. They're, something else. Not even sure if they are eyes. I very much wanted you to be able to see her eyes and see that she had a look of what's next. Confident, certainly ready to go. She has her armor on, but that's all metaphorical. All of my pieces have less of a story and more of a theme. For instance, this piece I called Descent. All I wanted to attach to with that was this feeling that it was the time for this extreme female, almost superhero-like, goddess-like force to sort of descend upon the planet and take over. She's holding essentially what would be the Philosopher's Stone in one hand and doing a divinity sign in the other. She basically is then up for your interpretation. You walk through what is this space, a relatively traditional gallery space, into what we're calling the fire space. And in there I'll have 3 of my fire blowing pieces, and the room will be lit by their fire. You see in the corner a light coming from a doorway, and you walk into this huge space taken up by the siren.
We're very inspired by these mythological stories, and so we took apart some of these words, and one of the word that we took apart was siren. We then were like, what if we put a P in there? And so it's like, PSY, like psychological, just the mind, and then Ren represented like a leader or conqueror.
There's this very exotic being entity who somehow has come into this realm. She's been trapped basically, but this moment here is her breaking free.
Well, what is this world we're building this in, right? There's obviously this somewhat magical yet sophisticated underwater mermaid culture, but they're being hunted and captured by someone, most likely humans. She's in the moment of breaking free. She has a very calm expression on her face, even though her body is contorted. And I think the idea of that is that she knows exactly what her next move is. I think is how Sean put it, where like, you know, she's in this moment of chaos. She just broke the first chain, but she knows exactly what's coming next and all the steps it's gonna take to get out of this situation she's in. And we are just here witnessing that first moment of freedom, frozen in time.
We all have this divine warrior within us, and you just have to break free. And then it's possibility, and I feel like it's that moment, like, well, what's gonna happen next? And that's where we're all at, and the beauty is that you get to decide.
The experience has been really amazing from beginning to end. The people involved have all come to bat on this in a way that I never could have expected. It's very humbling. I'm just so honored. And that's another part of it, is that once I could see the spark of interest and I could see the hope for something to look forward to in many of these people involved, it reflected back on me, and it became something that had needed to happen. It became something that felt important, and it still feels important. And, you know, that's why we do art.